Did you know that the more weight you add to your vehicle, the more traction you'll have? Great! Except now you've got a thing called inertia. Well, that's going to cause a bit of a problem when you're going around corners, but it'd be great if there was a force downwards on your vehicle that had no inertia, say it wasn't attached to the car particularly. Well, that's where wings come in. It adds weight onto the vehicle, so then your tires press more into the ground, which gives more grip, but it doesn't add that weight, which means you can now have your better inertia for cornering and for accelerating and for braking. Well, there's a problem with adding wings for downforce. These wings are only producing more downforce the faster you go, so the slower you go, the not so great it is. And in the 60s, somebody realized this, and that was Chaparral. Chaparral? The 2J, you've heard of it. No, not the engine by Toyota. I meant this 2J. Now, surprisingly, most people don't know about this vehicle, but it did come out many a year before that Brabham that I made did. So, I don't really think that the Brabham team came up with this idea. I think that they just wanted to seem really cool. I know that there was an internet, but that was many a years, and there is no way that that information did not travel across the sea. Ocean? Ocean. I think ocean's the right one there. So, why am I doing this one now? Well, I kind of wasn't really planning to do this one at all. Mostly, maybe do it way down the line. But the devs implemented this, which is a constant downforce thing. Now, I hate this and wish it wasn't in because it makes cheating in my build and race series is so much easier because I have to go through and check this for every single vehicle middle of the race, which is not really fun. But before they start listening to me maybe one day in the future and get rid of this, I wanted to play around with this for the Chaparral vehicle. Chaparral. God damn it, I keep saying it wrong. Whatever you do though, make sure you haven't put it on the wrong way, because it can go bad. Luckily, however, making this in Blender was a super cinched model. Like, there's very little geometry on here at all. You'll find this in the year 1968 to be ready for a 1970 season if you build super duper quickly. And I'm gonna be honest, I haven't really done much research on what it's made out of. The only thing I did look up was the engine, just to make sure that it would fit and all that kind of stuff, in which it barely fits. Down here though, we have fiberglass panels on an aluminium monocoque, of which I can do. Except glued aluminium for a monocoque only becomes available in 1995, so hopes and dreams? Now how far back can I go before we lose aluminium? 1985. It's close enough. Then a mid-longitudinal, probably some double wishbone front and back. Double wishbone, DD axle. What? That is so random, but I suppose they didn't really know. There's no excuse for DD on axles. So I think we're just gonna go double wishbone for it. It'll be fine. Now, this is the thing I checked out. This thing has a heckin' chonkers engine. Oh my god, it is absolutely massive. A 7.6 liter engine. So it's like, not the largest engine in the world, but pretty freaking huge. And then it's also overhead valve? I don't fully understand. For simplicity's sake, we're gonna go a direct acting overhead cam. The only thing that I'm fully sure about is the bore and stroke and the fact that it was made out of aluminium. 112.1? No, 7. There we go. Oh my goodness, the engine is too big. Oh wait, V10, there we go. V12. How did I have a V10 selected? What the hell? Anywho, now 95.5. Then we have to aim for about 680 horsepower at 7,200 RPM. About 500 kilowatts? Easy. It says that we've got a crossover fuel injection. I think we're going to go mechanical because of the time frame. Ooh, these are not standing up very well, so let's see if we can fix this with just weights alone. Okay, I think this is looking fairly close. I don't know how much torque this made, but I think there's a bit of a mix-up here. Here we've got imperial, then metric, then we've got metric, then imperial. I feel as if this is meant to be Newton meters and this is meant to be foot-pounds, because that would make more sense with an engine this size. So 650 or 800 Newton meters. We're currently at 674, so yeah, I'm pretty sure there was a mix-up. But it was also at a much lower RPM. After quite a bit of fiddling, I think this is also perfectly where it's sitting. I mean, we got a little bit less power and a little bit more torque, but at least they're in similar sort of areas as to where they should be. And yes, our internals are hurting hardcore. Let's give her a good listen, however. Ooh. Oh. Oh, that sounds good. Oh, guys, that's great. As for the body, we do have two variants, one without and one with the fans on the back. So under advanced trim settings, which luckily is now in more tabs, we can go into visibility and hide chassis. Also, if you look from certain angles, you'll see that there's a bit of a body line here, and that's because we have the body morphs. And if you don't know how to turn body morphs on, it's this thing here. And keep in mind that the way things are drawn here in automation are not the same in BeamNG. So this weird sort of line thing that's happening here, like the weird jankiness, that'll go away in BeamNG. And then we've got a few different paint options, including this little bit back here. Main body color being this would be some sort of aluminium, because you remember how it was aluminium monocoque. Then for the rest of the main body, that can be just the regular white sort of color. So you can paint this invisible if you so choose, so then you can see into the engine bay, similar to how you normally would. But no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just paint this some sort of really dark color that you'll not notice. And if you have a look in here as well, this is actually how the glass would run. It's such a strange thing, and I don't know why they've done it like this. So there's a bit of glass here, then there's a little bit of bodywork, and then just a straight up panel here. Now, this does look plasticky, but once you get over to automation, this will be a better color. It's a little bit hard to see, but you can make it out here. That yes, it has the body paneling underneath, but then you can just straight up see the backside of the dial. Why is that like? That is so strange. But we'll deal with the looks after we've got the rest of this right. We have ourselves some rear-wheel drive and an automatic 3-speed. Why? But despite that failing, we'll just keep running with it. And I'm having a look through, I'm struggling to find what the specifications for the rear differential are. I don't really go into that. The only thing here says welded aluminium actuated DDON tube. I believe that's the tube itself and not actually the welded nature of a diff. So I'm just gonna go with something like a automated locker. This is also the time for cross-ply tires, so we're gonna have to do our old cross-ply trickaroonie again. Anywho, this would be something like a sports compound for the era. Those are some cool looking tires. I must say, I do miss this old vintage tread on my vehicles. Now, to get the size that we want, we're gonna have to make our tires a whole lot bigger. A whole lot bigger, and then we can start making them wider. See, there. Then we'll go into advanced fixtures. Well, hold on. There we go. And make them narrower here. Do we have tires? Yes, we do. 15-inch. Great. That's all the information we get, huh? Oh, wait, no tires. Okay. Front, 13.9 by 15. I think that's 13.9 wide? That doesn't make sense. 350s? You know what, actually, that's not too bad. 345s. God damn it. There we go. 350s. My goodness. Now for the rears, they're much bigger. 17s. I can't even go that big. Oh no, I've limited the maximum tire size too small. Ah. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to fix all of this information then. Unfortunately, no other website really goes into tire sizes, so we're just gonna have to take their word on it. Luckily, increasing the tire width is really easy, and it's right here. 90, we're gonna switch that up to like 120, and keep going with the tire size. So we can only go up to about 400s. Oh, only 395s? Is that right? Oh, I thought I could go wider than that. No. Not even on radials. Well, that's weird. If you want to know why I'm making the tires bigger and not stretching them out wider, watch this video quickly. We're currently 31 millimeters narrower than what we need to be. Sorry, 395s. That would be 35 narrower than what we need to be, which means we should be somewhere around 320-ish. Now, I feel as if fully clad is not going to do us enough justice. Though, you know what? Actually, the body itself doesn't generate a lot of downforce, so we'll go fully clad, and then we'll add the downforce on ourselves. A single seat, no entertainment. We're gonna go hydraulic, because this thing is going to be really hard to drive. I'm gonna guess also no ABS. And we're gonna select a race preset. Our brakes apparently, though, are suffering from severe brake fade. Also, by the way, you can right-click on this thing to stop it from flashing. I think I've done a fairly good job there, so we increased our bad type, increased our quality, and then dropped the pressure of the rear brakes, basically. Oh my god, this transmission sucks! But it reckons we'll go somewhere around 400. Now, the good thing about fans is the fact that we're not creating as much drag as what you do with, say, your normal sort of wing. So we do actually get to keep our high top speed. Oh, look at that. We're over a ton. I think we're less than this, right? 820 kilos, they reckon. I feel our giant tires are probably actually adding a lot to the weight. It's not a whole lot I can do to that, unfortunately. Oh my god, we're still 100 kilos over, frick! Carbon fiber panels is getting us a lot closer. Alright, the rest has to be these behemothly heavy tires. Close enough, though. Speaking of those tires, let's go ahead and make them smaller. Now, you don't make any of your, like, wheel diameters smaller. What you do is you make your tire diameter smaller. And since this doesn't really give me, like, a good information, it looks like it says we got a 15-inch wheel and a 17-inch wheel, which would make sense. But then how was the rear tire? So maybe the rear tire is just a lot lower profile? For now, we're going to go 15s and 17s. Oh, no. Oh, no, now we can't go wider tires. Oh, no. All right, I'm going to have to make that big again so we can get the wider tires on. Oh no. I suppose all we can do is just do what we can to make it look the right sort of size there. Good enough. Let's move on to shoe shopping, however. So what sort of wheel is this? We have a 6-stud mag-looking wheel with painted inserts. God, that looks close, but it's so ugly. I mean, even this weird wheel is looking closer. It's a very flat, silvery sort of gray color. Kind of like that, except even flatter. Turn the shininess down more, nah. Or how about aluminium? Aluminium with dirtiness turned up works perfectly. And then a very dark sort of black insert color. Oh, are you kidding? I can only paint the thing as one? Oh my god, really? Why? Well, at least what does it look like? Nah, that looks completely wrong. I think I'll run this wheel. Once again, still the wrong sort of spokes, but it's fine. We must, however, fix this pesky suspension. And since nobody's looking at the suspension underneath the vehicle, we're just gonna paint it invisible. I painted the wrong one, didn't I? Suspension, there we go. Paint suspension invisible, perfect. So let's start with this side skirt. I have sometimes seen it with this, like, hard rubber black plastic, but I feel like that's like an after thing done like way after this vehicle was in use. Because if you ever look at a lot of other pictures, it's got this more plasticky see-through stuff. Even here it's see-through, so I think we're going to run with that. On the sides, it's tucked underneath, but on the back, it's actually here, and you've got some bars over top, which I'm assuming are meant to hold it in place. So let's grab ourselves some cubes, plop it into place. Oh god, the tire's poking through, frick. Alright, wheel offset inwards. Then let's paint this. I think we're going to go, yeah, once again, with that transparent sort of thing. So we're going to create our own glass. Now, be sure not to do windows, because windows will be attached to this slider for transparency. Then we're going to make it very transparent, whilst also making it a, like, off-yellow sort of color that you would find from the time. Then we're going to put one on the back as well. Now, what are these things? They just look like flat slabs. To keep poly count low, I think I'm just going to put something simple on. You can kind of see what I'm going for. And that should be enough. Then a small one in the middle and we'll be done. The next, exhausts. Got two big ones, then brake lights and what, some sort of vent? I don't know what that is. Big fat tubby exhaust, mirror that, make them super fat because this thing is pumping out over 8 liters of engine capacity. And I think we're good. Now brake lights. Slightly ovular. Why are they like this? Are they actually ovular? Hold on. Rear. What do we got if we have a look dead on the rear? No, they are circular. Okay. Alright, they just looked ovular from the angle for some reason. So I'll shrink you down. Then whatever the hell these things are. I think they're just vents, so we'll grab our circular vent and try to do what we just tried to... Yeah, you also saw the issue there? Yeah, it's not the greatest when you start touching that stuff because this is really complex geometry. It should really be a fixture, but for some reason I'm having troubles putting the fixture together right now. And then put that kind of into place, and yo-ho, we're done. Now let's move on to the rest. I have a few bolts along here. We got a little bit of a side thingy that I don't know what to call. It's also not entirely flat, as you can see. It is slightly ever bulged. I think maybe we'll just use some sort of 3D object, maybe? Then this weird door thing. Oh, you know what? It's not a door into the cabin, it's just a door for access to something. Luckily, we have trim thingos we can use for this. Perfect. Something like this. Looks about right. Next, we'll probably put on these mirrors. They're a little bit strange, but we have similar with this. I don't know if it sticks out far enough per se, though. But I think that works. Let's move on to the arguably very simple front. A few little clips holding on there, and then a bit of a mouth on it. I know what I want to do. And what I want to do is use this thing, but I also happen to know that it has a weird cutout thing here. Oh, damn it. Now, I know this looks very janky here, but when we get over to BeamNG, it will look a little bit nicer at least. And I think that's looking fairly decent. You're not going to be able to spot much of a problem there. Let's go ahead and now stick on this rear diffuser type thing. I don't think we have quite the right shapes for that, but we'll give it a try. Oh, hold on. I could use this. Yeah, you know what? Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say that works. We got some ventilation in here. It's near impossible to tell what's there, though. Now we're starting to look old school. Lots of steel on the inside, a quilted bucket seat, and a 3-prong wheel. Here we've got an uncovered seat altogether, and it's incredibly narrow. Oh my god. Just the least comfortable thing you could ever imagine. And we're gonna go with this like hard painted plasticky metal sort of looking thing. Then a 3-pronged wheel. Paint that leather, and the center bit to be aluminium or steel or whatever, and I think we're all good here. Oh, this is a weird gauge cluster. Nothing's really in the middle. I think that's RPM. Don't know what that is. Is that speed or fan speed maybe? And then I don't know. Here's an even different variation. Oh my god, race cars, please. Ooh, fancy. Okay, well, this is a different variation once again, but at least I think that's miles per hour. Don't know what that is. We got water, oil. Okay, well, I mean, there's 2 engines, so that makes sense. Perfect. Now, there's one thing I'm not going to do, and that's put in all the wiring, because that's just a little too many polygons that I don't want to put in. And I feel that I am done designing this. Yeah, that's all pretty good. Yeah, done. Having a quick look over things, apparently this thing would go 110 kilometers an hour in first gear and go all the way up to about 360, which we're close. Then for the wheels, I had to narrow down the front wheels a little bit because this still oversteers terminally. I know I can fix that a little bit with aero, but that is crazy. Oh, okay. Good thing I looked at the brakes because this is bad. Then for the aero, I did put the tech cup so I could have a race diffuser so then this thing wouldn't create hundreds of kilograms of lift, meaning that I have to do a whole bunch extra maths for figuring out aero. The rest is all pretty good. I made the suspension super stiff, and it can be stiffer, but that'll do for now. So let's see what this will do around the Top Gear test track. Oh, wait, sorry, no, automation test track. 2 minutes and 6 seconds. You know what? For an unfinished car without its aero, that's actually a pretty decent time. For a modern day sports car, that would be acceptable. But we're going to go a little bit wild now. Oh no, okay, that's not what the hell? Okay, collision mesh has completely broken down. Oh, this is vomit-inducing. Okay, so separated the camera. Let's go ahead and fix this. First, you select your mod, unpack the mod. This is for all those people that don't know how to change nodes. Open an Explorer, open up the mod. Then, this is where it gets a little bit tricky. There will be hash names, and you have to find the one that is related to the vehicle. And since there's only one variant of this vehicle, it is just the one with a hash. There's also engine with a hash, just the hash. Then the main J-beam, the one that says main on it. We're gonna scroll down until we find nodes. Good. Now, I'm gonna pause this because this is way too shaky. Now, where is this starting to fail? I think it's around here somewhere. There's like a joining place here for a bunch of different nodes that shouldn't be in the same place. 33 and 34? Let's scroll down until we find a 33 and 34. Yeah, okay, they're way too narrow. So let's increase that to 0.1. And same here to 0.1. Then I also want to increase 32 and 35 to be out further, which is also out here. So we're going to increase that to like, let's say 0.5 each. Save this, come back to here and hit Control R. And now if we unpause, already a lot better. Oh, okay, it's jumping. We'll fix that eventually. Pause it again, and it's just lots of finagling things around. Why is this one acting so weird? 64 and 67. This is really messed up. Okay, so these should be narrower and higher up. So we have our width, how far forward it is, and then how tall this is. So let's put that to like 0.9 tall and 0.9 tall, and make it a little bit narrow, so maybe make that 0.6 and 0.6. Save that, come back, hit Control R, and hopefully it'll be a little bit further up here. Okay, good, we can go higher again. So 1.2. Also, this is in meters, these things, so if you're metric, congratulations. If you're not, okay, good luck. And then we're gonna move this a little bit further forward. So let's get that to 0.7, save that, bring it back, and yeah, we're just gonna be doing a lot of tweaking for this. I think I have made the rear suspension maybe a little too stiff. So as you can see, a little bit bouncy, and I've turned my dampening all the way up. I've turned all my suspension to be non-collision. So it shouldn't be so bouncy. Why is it bouncing? I don't understand. Maybe the engine idle is way too rough. Let's give it a bit of a drive. It should oversteer a lot. Oh my god, this thing is fast. Oh my god. This thing is ridiculously fast and ridiculously bouncy. Oh, goddamn. Okay. This is poopycock. Why? You know what? It might be something to do with the tires, maybe. Remember, I did make them super heavy. Let's try with tuning a little bit of constant downforce now. So we're going to need only a little bit on the front and then like a lot on the rear. And with these sorts of fans, that can get to be a lot. So at about 1,700 kilos on the back, yep, our tires are poking through, unfortunately. What is our handling like? Fairly good. We might have to do something about the tires poking through, though. Oh, boy. This thing is so fast. Oh, God. A little bit of understeer at higher speeds, but I know how to fix that eventually. We will get there. Slow down and brake. Brakes are really good. I think this has to do with the tires. It has to be. Maybe what I'll do is I'll export some normal tire parameters on something like a radial, and then just put the friction coefficients and sliding coefficients on that instead, because this is just bonkers. Oh my god, why is my UI not up? Hold on, give me a second. 292, really? Is that top speed? That shouldn't, oh, you know what it is? Oh, I completely forgot. We don't have, frick, what's it called? My brain isn't working. Oh yeah, we haven't adjusted the speed for the change in tire size, because the tire size is only visual changes only. So, yeah. Let's repack the mod, and we're just gonna go ahead and replace the whole thing with the default stuff. Except my collision mesh is gonna go away. Damn it, I don't wanna do that. So, let's re-unpack. There we go. Duplicate this. Call this radials. Put the tire sizes back to default. Then select radials. And we can now set our tire sizes to be something more reasonable. Wow, even our top speed apparently has gone up. Oh, you know what? Our tire sizes are different. But no. This seems to be adjusted properly. Top speed, cornering is not great, but you know, these tires kind of sucked. Let's go in and also give ourselves a ton more dampening just in case. What were we at? 2 minutes and 2 seconds before? What do we reckon now with some medium compound radials? 2 seconds faster, even though the tires are a lesser compound. Hold on. Yep, there we go. Even though the tires are a lesser compound, being just crossplays so much. Radials is so much better. God, my brain it's too hot here. I'm overheating. Export this as a different trim option. Oh, they didn't export together. Frick. Well, I have a cheat for this. We're gonna bring this one out, then unpack this one, grab the radials tires, which will be in here. No, hold on. There we go. Wheels front. Copy them into the one that I want to have it in and paste. Now I can go into vehicles. Wait, no, hold on. Vehicle config. Wheels. Front wheels can now be, there we go, radial front wheels and radial rear wheels. Good. Still very bouncy and invisible. You know what? Because they're calling on a different mesh. Frick. Let's grab the mesh and let's grab also the suspension stuff and then copy that and paste that in here as well. Great. Okay. Now Control R, please work for me. You can do it for me. I know you can. You're my greatest and bestest friend. God damn it. Okay. Now Control R again. And am I going to be in luck? Yes, I am. Why is it these tires? What the hell? Oh, because there's no materials, because I haven't respawned the vehicle again. Now why are the tires poking through? Oh my god, I hate this. Let's just spawn the radial version and see if the tires are... the collision mesh is fixed. I have broken the world. And you know what? It's really jiggly. You know what? The collision mesh isn't as broken. It's still not great. And it's still very bouncy. Oh my god, it's so bouncy. Oh my god, it's atrocious. Well, it's the next day, and I basically threw it away and started again. So now the suspension is a lot softer, but as you can see, it's not really jiggling at all, and I'm not entirely sure why. I was able to get the suspension to go up to, I think I turned it up to 100 times stiffer or something like that on the dampeners, and it would still bounce. So I feel that there was just some sort of like exporting error that no matter what I did, just couldn't go away. So we've got it working a whole lot better now. I am getting some massive frame lags right now. But in doing all of that, spending the time, actually, you know what, it's more like 2 days since the last recording, but I found some extra information out. There's this great old video that's with Jim Hall as the driver, and they made a few claims around here. Now, everything is a little bit wishy-washy, and it's a little bit hard to explain because there's a lot of contradictory statements. This thing, with the amount of downforce it's creating, which I was somewhere around 2,200 pounds, hold on. Yeah, 200, so that's basically a ton altogether. With only that much, they reckon that it can only go up to 1.2 to 1.5 Gs, which is pathetic. It should be going a lot more Gs around the corners. So I did a little bit of tuning, and with only about 600 kilograms, I'm able to easily get up to like 1.8 Gs. Wait, what happens if I keep pushing? Oh, no, we're getting even a little bit higher maybe? No, okay, we're starting to understeer now, so what if we slow down? Yeah, as you can see, we're getting way more than 1.5 Gs. So, I mean, I don't fully understand this, but there is one quantifiable test, and actually, you know what, there's two, but one of them just has to be garbage.
If the car would go around the corner at 80 miles an hour without the fans, with them it'll go around somewhat over 90. This car will stop in about half the distance of a passenger vehicle.
Half the distance of a passenger vehicle? I reckon this is going to absolutely decimate that claim. But let's give it a try because we've got all of this here. Our vehicle is from 1970, and this one's in 1969 to 1971, so right in that sweet spot. And we're not going with a passenger vehicle, we're going with a sports car because we're going to test this out to its fullest degree. So we're going to drive these cars down to here and then see if we can't half the braking distance. Already going over 100 kilometers an hour. And about here, no, a little bit further. Okay, at about here, 143. We're gonna try braking without locking up the tires at all. And right here. Okay, let's see if we can half this. 143 it is. Oh my god, we're already going well over 100. 143. Right there. Okay, well, that was a little bit shabby. Oops, and rolled it a little bit. But, nah, bro. That is way less than half. So either that TV interview was done way before they actually knew how good this car was, or they were completely underselling it to try to trick everybody else. Either way, it may be a bit of a floppy car when it gets into like the 300 kilometer an hour sort of range, but it's still quite fun. We unfortunately don't have any of the Can-Am maps that this would have raced on, or at least I don't think we do, or at least in the sort of thing, but this is the sort of racetrack that existed back in the day. High speed, really cruddy corners, some of them cambered, some of them even made of concrete, so I thought, this is probably one of the most fun places to bring it to, because this is the sort of stuff that it would have been meant for. Now, I'm also going to probably go out on a limb and say this is probably, like, a full Slushbox automatic, the first one, or fastest one to ever go around Nürburgring, if it ever actually did, especially for its time. This thing probably was faster than every F1 car at the time. Even though, yes, they were just getting into downforce, this thing absolutely rips. Like, look at this traction. These really skiddy cross-ply tires that we have, as opposed to, oh my god, it's so bright at the back here. It's shining so brightly. Oh god. Oh, okay, a little bit, oh, of a problem there. All right, seems that we would have lost traction just then. Though, if we have a bit of a look, not really the flattest and low hunkered down front end, so I wouldn't have been surprised if it did go over a jump that the front would have lifted up horrendously, even if the downforce would have been mostly put in the center of the vehicle, and not so much to the front or rear. By what I've seen, there's not much actual stuff I can find that is accurate. A lot of stuff is just speculation, which is really annoying. I wish that there was more accurate information on this vehicle. Oh, no. Oh, we are struggling. Oh, I'm pulling quite a lot to the right, so I'm having to counter steer about a third of the way left to keep straight. Oh, no. Oh, no, we've broken the engine. Oh, dear. I kind of needed that tire. Let's just pretend that never happened. But here we go. This corner I don't think existed back then. This was fairly straight through. And it would have just been mostly high-speed stuff. The corners, sure, fast and sweeping, however, so downforce would have super helped. Without the drag of normal wings and whatnot, this would have been fantastic. Nope! Oh, that is poopy. You know what? No, it's not too bad. Yeah, I must say, despite having a 3-speed automatic, I don't find myself with such a ginormous engine, by the way, with a broad torque band, really needing any more gears, to be honest. I mean, it would be nice if I was in full control of the gears. Get off the wall. Alright, yeah, my steering is completely balked now. And another one bites the dust. Oh, apparently there's an invisible wall. Alright, moving on, pretending that never happened. We're just gonna keep going on. As I was saying, it's got so much brute force power that, I mean, you'd be faster probably if you had more gears. But I feel as if these guys just weren't really the greatest engineers. They came up with a great idea to use the fans to create suction onto the ground and all that sort of stuff, where nobody else actually bothered to try to replicate it at all. They went about this in the most weirdest of ways, like, automatics? Why? I mean, I get that they're nice, comfortable road things, but for a racetrack, were they getting, like, transmission destruction or something? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Oh, getting a little skittish there. No! Oh, no. Okay, we've broken another wheel. Oh, come on, they just pop off. That's fine. Also, if you've liked this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. But we're going to finish this lap out. I don't know, just enjoy the sound for a while. Alright, now we're going for the back straight. 360 is where the top limit of speed was. We're a little bit damaged. We're pulling a little bit to the right, but I can keep that under control. Getting a bit of a smear behind us. You know, that's probably just graphical. Oh. It's not even. I thought it was like a graphical glitch to do with the smoke. What the hell is going on? What the? Alright, Beamer G. Let's just keep moving on. Oh, wait, no, it's gone? Okay, it's gone. What? Alright, Beamer G. Go. I don't know. Have a beer. Okay, 350 kilometers an hour. No, oh, we broke our engine! Are you kidding me? God damn it. Now we're gonna have all of that friction from the tires slowing us down. This thing is actually surprisingly fragile, and I don't know why. It's probably the fact that the engine is so unnaturally heavy. What was it, like a 7 point something or other liter? That was crazy. Anywho, we're bringing it around for the final bit, and for the final bit I would also like to thank my channel members, and that specifically includes Dehellerman for being a top tier channel member. And I must say, a lot of other channel members also owe him a thank you as well for those gifted subs he gave away in the last stream. But for everybody else, I'll catch you all next time. Goodbye. Oh god. That was lucky.